Here we are looking at the niche Maelstrom, new for this year. We rode it with Union Atlas, Adidas Tactical ADVs, and this man's
Adidas Response.
Very much a modern twist on traditional freeride. You know, you've got a good bit of taper, a little bit of early rise in the nose, a lot of camber, a lot of drive, a lot of power. It was my favorite board to carve on today, followed closely by the Pyre. And it definitely takes it the next step from the Story, which just has a few mil of taper. This takes it up from, I think, 5 or 6 mil. I think we saw like 6 mil. Takes it up to like 12 mil and gives you more of that directional camber, free ride, bomber, one board quiver for those who like to carve but want to set it back and get some directional float and powder. This might be the kind of board that could work for you.
See this flex.
And here's the flex. Oh, it's a stiffy. It's a stiffy. It hurts.
Got some power.
Look at the mark there on the arm from just pressing in there. Yeah, I had, you know, it wasn't that easy to butter off the tip and tail. Like the Story has the same flex, but the Story can butter and play around a little bit more than this could.
Camber.
Yeah, I mean, you compare this to a softer hybrid rocker. It's gonna, you know, the Story to a softer hybrid rocker, it's gonna, you know, be tough to butter.
Night and day.
But it's easy to butter compared to this.
Yeah.
All perspectives, right? And it's got lots of pop. It's aggressive. It takes a lot of work to pop it, but I felt like it popped.
Muscle it, but it just goes.
Yeah, you had to get your, you know, it likes to pop when properly encouraged. The camber profile on this, like we said, is like directional camber. So there's a little bit of early rise, and check the on the table review to kind of see where it stands. But we felt like we were riding a mostly camber board. It's aggressive, it's technical. It does not lend a friendly ride to an intermediate or a beginner. Just stay away from this bad boy. It's a lot of work. You want to be on something way more forgiving. You know, edge hold, I felt it was good. Story blew it away. I mean, it's just like night and day difference, but I think like it's definitely, it could ride hard snow. When I was up top in the hard patches, it held its edge well. I had to dial back my turns a little bit, but it was holding and it wasn't washing. There are many boards that I've ridden like this that would let go at that point, and this didn't let go. But, you know, turn initiation, I felt like of all the boards, I don't know, this one felt the liveliest edge to edge for me.
It was very active.
It rolled quickly, and I liked that. I really liked its drive. And then the turning experience and carving, it's a 60 and it felt just right for me. It felt like it was made for me. And it just, the carving out of it, it just had a really nice spring.
This is my favorite this is my favorite carver of the day.
Me too, yeah. I loved how it fared today against all these others. And the next up was the Pyre. You know, that was my favorite carver after this. But if you're carving and turning in hard to icy conditions, you might want the Story instead, or another board with more magnet traction. But when I got into like medium to softer snow, this thing just railed a turn and buried its rail deep.
So deep.
Deep. Like some bury their emotions. And speed, this thing bombs. Stable, bomby. Same flex as the Story, but more dampness, more power, more stability, even though it's narrower too. I thought the wider Story with the same flex might hang in there, but it didn't. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then
little rocket. I like it.
Yeah, little rocket.
It's a rocket.
Uneven terrain, hey, it's, for me, it's probably the one I'd want to ride through the bumps. Because I could get it over edge to edge and weave in and out of those bumps. Powering through a tracked out line, this could just power through it. It just feels like a free ride board. Like it can handle chunder, it can bust through it. It's got some dampness to it, as well as, you know, bombability and good groomers. You could bomb this in somewhat uneven snow, micro bumpy. You know, it's not going to be the best out there. There are better boards, but this can definitely hold and do its job. And then, you know, switch, it was doable. Nothing great, but it's, you know, it's not going to shit the bed on you. You know?
It'll get you, if you have to get yourself out of every situation, it'll be fine.
What if you have to make turns on your way?
No.
No turns.
No turn.
No turns.
Just a heel side traverse.
Yeah, but I could do a long traverse. Yeah, fun. And powder, I'd love to try this in powder, and I would love to see how this fares against these other, you know, like free ride favorites of ours, because it seems like it's got a lot of good things going for it. But check the on the table review for the setback on board to see what the early rise looks like and all that kind of stuff. Park, yeah, I could ride some pipe with this a little bit.
Pipe and jumps. It'll be stable for
it a
sure.
57?
It's just, yeah, the pipe, to muscle it around on the quick transitions, it's a little hard, but it'll grip the wall like no other.
But overall, fun, drivey, powerful, you know, mostly directional carver that just can launch, you know, if you like to send it, get some big directional air, this thing will do it for you. You know, fun board.